No more streets. India Love loses mind over being used by men and is ready to change life. This is what we love to hear. You know what I'm saying? She's ready to change her ways. It only took until she turned 30. But honestly, it's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. As the young poet Hannah Montana would have said. Last time she had a moment like this, it felt like a year ago, and she was like, oh, I'm done drinking and I'm about to change my life, you know, switch my life over. And then we saw her in a picture of a dude with a Casamigos bottle sticking it over like her head, and she was like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have did that myself. Like, I could have put the picture up. I could have did a lot of things. I shouldn't have did that myself. That was not vibes, bro. That was not vibes. But as always, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I thank you guys for all the love and support. Let's get into the video.
What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about this clip that's going viral currently in regards to India Love.
I just starting off, bro. Just starting off, crying. Front page, boom, crying. I let people take advantage of me. In quotations. Huh? You actually took advantage of other people, and in exchange, you allowed them to take advantage of you. It was a equivalent exchange at the moment, at the time. You know what I'm saying? It may not feel equivalent now. You may think to yourself, damn, bro, that man bought me that Birkin bag and I let him crack. That was not worth it. You may feel like that now, you know what I'm saying? But that's wholeflation. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, shit. I'm kidding. That one,
Spoken about India Love a couple of times. And she's a cautionary tale for any young lady that thinks that she's going to get on social media and attempt to be an influencer and get involved with these male celebrities. It will cause severe mental distress.
And for the males as well. The males feel mental distress also. I'm sure there's plenty of guys that cracked India Love and thinks to themselves, I shouldn't have did that. You know, all I did was waste my money and give her money. You know what I'm saying? And I wasted my money for what? To crack? It wasn't worth it. Both sides, yin and yang.
At some point in your life. Now, India Love is a female in crisis because she's now 30 and she is starting to slowly
age out.
Lose it. She's starting to lose it because I guess she feels like, you know, if she's 30, she's older. The same guys that have wanted her before aren't going to want her. She doesn't feel, you know what I'm saying? And she realizes that she's going to have to compete harder for the attention of the men that she likes. Now, India Love recently has only...
Honestly, it's going to be harder to compete in a sense of getting a relationship, getting love, getting commitment. You know what I'm saying? Not harder in the sense of niggas still going to crack. Niggas ain't never going to stop cracking. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe at some point when she don't look as good, possibly. But commitment, you're not going to be able to get that same commitment out of people as when you were younger and this is only the second rapper that you fucked with. You know what I'm saying? Only the second football player that you fucked with. And then it gets down to a point where it's like, damn, there's a lot of these niggas. And you 30. You know what I'm saying? At this point, you had the world in your hands multiple times when it came to these men. So now it just comes down to you fucked that up. You know what I'm saying? Or may have fucked it up. It might have been them. It might have been the men that you were actually choosing. The men that you were actually choosing were just not men that were ready for that commitment. And, you know, no one to blame in that sense, but you kept making the same mistakes. And over time, you're 30 plus you've been with however many famous rich men. It becomes very difficult for a man to look past all that and decide, like, I'm going to make India Love my wife. You know?
Dealt with maybe a celebrity male here or there. She was most recently, that I know of, relationship with boxer Devin Haney. And I believe they might have been engaged to each other. But they broke up a couple of years ago. And she hadn't really dated any other male celebrity since. But she has a history. As a matter of fact, On my Jada Black channel, I did a short called The Many Flings of India Love. And I did a video about, I think it was a clip from my Devin Haney video. And I talked about all the different celebrity men she's been connected to, right? What also dominated the conversation was the relationship she had with rapper Game. A little less than maybe 8 or 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago. She was 19 at the time, and there's infamous photos of her sitting in a park, and he was filling her up, so to speak. And she was 19 at the time, and I believe Game might have been his mid 30s.
Mid 30s. Mid 30s. Nigga, go ahead, tap out. Go ahead, call it quits, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, find a new shorty. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? I saw the pictures, you know what I'm saying? He was knuckle deep. Knuckles. Probably multiple knuckles, bro. Come on, brother. You know what I'm saying? Pull it together. Go, where's your wife at? You know, about 35, where's your wife, bro? Bro, where's your wife at? You know what I'm saying? Where's your kids? About 35, that's when you should be thinking to yourself, you know, mid 30, 36. Where's your wife? Why don't you have a wife? And if you don't have a wife by the age of 35, bro, you really should start thinking into new things. You know what I'm saying? Don't have a steady relationship. You know what I'm saying? You decided to rock with India Love at 19. Come on, bro. I'm not going to lie. Like, come on, brother. Come on.
And her crying in this video, and I'm going to get to it, but I want to give y'all some background. And people are...
And the Game a sick nigga. The Game a wild nigga, you know what I'm saying? The Game, I'm pretty sure the Game was DMing my shorty, bro. The game has DM my shorty, bro, when she was like 21, bro, 22, bro. Hop off, nigga. Yo, focus on yourself, nigga. Focus on yourself, bro. Where's your wife, nigga? Nigga worry about the wrong shit, bro. No cap.
Bringing up Game a lot, and they're talking about, because she's talking about in this clip that she is breaking down in, that these men took advantage of her. And I'm like, really? Because she has family. She has sisters. She has people around her, but India thought she was grown and wanted to be out here in these streets. So I'm not gonna allow any of you people to sit here and put all the blame on Game.
No cap.
Because she dealt with a lot of celebrity men.
She did what she wanted to do. And there was going to be no stopping her from what she actually wanted to do. If it wasn't the Game, it would be another dude. And it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It does not matter. She would have done that shit with another nigga. I'm convinced. If it wasn't the Game, it would have been someone else. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a year younger. If not, maybe a year younger than that. If not, maybe a year younger than that. But you got a long way to go till you hit 19. You know what I'm saying? So she was definitely making decisions on her own. She was not taken advantage of. She was taking advantage of niggas' clout and munyon. And guess what niggas understand? Niggas understand if I'm in a position of power, shorties are going to take advantage of me, and then I get what I want, you know, in the process. You weren't getting taken advantage of. You were taking advantage of niggas. You ain't love that nigga. You ain't want to spend the rest of your life with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nigga was 35. 30, mid-30s. You don't want to be with that nigga. What are we talking about? If he ain't have no money, you wouldn't be with him. You would have been with another nigga with money. I digress.
And she made the choice. None of those men forced her to engage in relationships. We're not about to do that. Now, is the age difference a little jarring? It is.
Sick.
But she still was an adult. Now, we don't know exactly when that relationship started up. That's the problem. But she's breaking down in this video. And the craziest thing about this, she's talking about the mistakes that she's made. But then we go to this clip where she's doing the same thing. She's crying. But apparently she got flued out by Pooh Shiesty.
I heard this was fake. I'm not gonna lie. I heard this was fake. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
It's like she claims that, you know, she hates the decisions that she made, and she was young and dumb, but you still continued those behaviors. If you look up India Love on Twitter, she's twerking. Every other videos of her twerking, of her in the face of some man. This is her life. This is what she's embraced. But I think that she might be dealing with early bouts of depression because she realizes this is it. You reached a ceiling. You see, India Love has reached a ceiling. She's trying to be a born again Christian.
She done hit her peak already. She done hit her peak, and then now she's trying to switch it up after she hit her peak. And she was a born again Christian however long ago, and I'm pretty sure she just started dating a football player. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, there's a lot of shit going on that, a lot of math that ain't mathing. But at the end of the day, everyone deserves love. Everyone deserves love. However, your best chances of finding love is when you're the most valuable self of yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're a young dude, it's when, you're still young, healthy, have a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? Before retirement age, things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? That's the best time for you to find a wife, find someone that will spend the rest of their life with you. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, it's less about the things that you have and what you can provide and things of that nature, and more about commitment or loyalty. You know what I'm saying? The same thing goes for women. And when it comes down to certain scenarios, it's like this. You should have locked down a man that was willing and ready to lock you down as well when you were the most valuable at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should have done. And if you missed that, that's your own fault. And if you decided to actually, taint your name, taint your image by messing around with multiple men in the same area, then, you also made that mistake. And that's not to say, she won't find love. India Love, I'm sure she's going to get married and find someone that loves her and wants to spend the rest of her life with her. However, will it be a man that she is head over heels for? Based off of all the men that she's already interacted with and been with throughout this course of time, I don't think so. I don't think so, brother. You know what I'm saying? And it's very possible that she might, but yeah, I mean, she probably got till she hit like 35, if that. Honestly, so she needs to lock in. So maybe stop fucking with football players and young football players and young fucking rich people, and start fucking with people around a similar age as you, people that are ready to settle down, and someone that you can actually love, and not just love because they're in an industry or because they're rich as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And someone that can love you as well. You need to be able to discern the difference. And if you haven't been able to discern the difference thus far, then you need to work on that.
That she's going to stop all these behaviors. But in fact, she don't have much going on because, again, the men who liked her before don't necessarily like her now. Let's get to this clip. Make sure y'all like my video and hype it up.
I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot in my teenage phase. I went through a lot in my 20s. I made a lot of mistakes, and there was a lot of people who drugged me through the dirt for it. And I believed it for a long time. I wasn't nice to myself because of what others said about me.
Respectable.
Until I knew who I really was. And whose I really was, which is yours, Lord. Now nobody can shake how I feel about myself. Nobody can change how I feel about myself. Nobody can change how I view myself. I've been through a lot. This is,
I think she's in like prayer, quote unquote. But that is her talking about her mistakes. Let's get.
I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me being a man. Maybe it's me, nigga, trying to mansplain shit. You know what I'm saying? But as a dude, it is, I need to change. I need to be better. I need to do better. This is, I didn't know who I was. I don't know who I am. It doesn't sound like you're like you're making a commitment to change. You know what I'm saying? You're saying I'm perfect the way I am, and I should have known that. No one's perfect. Everyone needs to change. You know what I'm saying? I need to change. But at the end of the day, when you talk to niggas, if someone calls me, try to give me advice, I'm going to tell the nigga, yo, you need to do better. You need to do this, and this. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing enough. You need to do better, be better. I'm not going to say you're perfect just the way you are. And you need to accept yourself. And of course, you could accept yourself in certain ways, of course. But you need to understand that you are who you are. Stay the same, never change. No. You can always be better. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So just that already, maybe that's just me mansplaining. Maybe that's just from a dude's point of view. But niggas always telling niggas, bro, nigga, lock in, nigga. Fix this, fix that, fix this. You know what I'm saying? My girlfriend, she be on the phone. She has a Discord with a whole bunch of other girls. And they have women empowerment days. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But it just literally goes, you are enough. You are powerful. Understand your strength. Be you. Never change. Don't fold to the people around you and this and that. Which is cool. There ain't nothing wrong with that per se. But at the same time, it's like, if niggas had a man empowerment fucking shit, you know what I'm saying? It would look like some Andrew Tate war room, whatever the fuck he be talking about with his people that pay $5,000 to get in that motherfucker. That's what it's gonna look like, bro. It's gonna be a whole bunch of niggas hella testosterone saying, nigga, grow the fuck up. Nigga, do better. Nigga, win. That's what it's going to look like. It's not gonna look like, you good, be you. Namaste. You know what I'm saying? I digress. Fuck, I'm going on a crazy rant. Holy yapperoonies.
To this clip here, again, she apparently got flued out by Pooh Shiesty. But let's take a look at what she says in this clip.
I used to be so not what I am now. And I even find myself and be like, that's not me. I feel like certain shit is just not me anymore. I feel like I've grown out of a lot of things, a lot of bad habits, a lot of bullshit shit. One thing I can say, I hate wasting my time. No nigga can get me to come see them just to come see them. If I'm not working, if I'm not helping in any way or with family, but especially working, since streaming now is work.
It feel like she just crying about niggas too, though. Let's not be so male-centered, baby girl. Let's not be so male-centered. Talk about something else. You know what I'm saying? Talk about, your mental health. Talk about how you've been going to the gym consistently. Talk about how you're focusing on your income and saving and your portfolio and things of that nature. It sounds like you're just crying about niggas. Which is fine. People cry about niggas. There's shorties that cry about niggas. But at the same time, why are we seeing this? Focus on something else. It just sounds like it's revolving around niggas. Even the last one, even though maybe it's all because how he painted the video. She might not have been talking about niggas. Yeah, she might not have been talking about niggas. So maybe that's just my problem. I'm just viewing this from a certain light. But on the same token, her right here saying, a nigga can't have me go see him if it's not about work and such and such and such and such. A nigga should be able to have you come see them if you love them and you feel like you can build a relationship with them. But if you feel like every nigga ain't worth a relationship, every nigga can't get you to do certain things, then it already shows you're still not mentally ready for a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And maybe she doesn't want a relationship. But at the same time, it is one of those things where it's like, come on, what are we even talking about here? You know what I'm saying? If there was a woman I loved, or even if I didn't love them yet, someone I can see myself being with, and I can see them also being with me, and they're reciprocating my energy, and not just in a sexual way, and they wanted me to go see them, I'll go see them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why it's like a nigga can't get me to do this. Ugh. I mean, maybe it's from trauma, but you know, you need to have some discernment. You know what I'm saying? That should be what you need to learn. You need to learn to be able to tell when someone loves you and when someone is sexually attracted to you. And that's the difference. And you need to be willing and open to show somebody your true self without the fear of messing up that sexual attraction. And that's how you find your husband. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself, be giggly, be goofy, be, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that she doesn't do that. I don't know what the fuck India Love does. But I'm just speaking in generals at this point, you know, not even just about India Love. Because this isn't to, you know, get on India Love's ass. I'm just talking about the scenario that I'm seeing in front of me and how it seems very odd to me in particular. But like I said, you know, a lot of this is based off of the title of this video, based off of what we heard, you know, from the commentators so far. So maybe she's not even talking about niggas. Maybe she's talking about growing in other ways. But I feel like things like that, like if you're growing in other ways, explain, elaborate, tell people how to also better themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like if I told you guys, if I was sitting here talking to men and I said, yo, I want you guys to lock in and do this, that, and that, and that. You know what I'm saying? I've learned from all my mistakes, and I've made a lot of mistakes in my time, you know, I'll try to give you guys tokens of the mistakes that I've done. Tokens from the mistakes that I've done. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to make those same mistakes. But this is more like crying and just speaking very broadly, and it doesn't really help anyone else. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even, you know, I don't even think that this gets you more views. You know what I mean? Like, there's really no purpose for this, honestly.
Like, I found myself, I broke that habit off, and I'm so proud of myself because that was an scapegoat for me. Every time I'm like going through it in life or whatever, I used to be.
Now, my
shit sucks because even that, it's hard to talk to a woman and then hear a woman say, yeah, I just ran to men and hopped on the meetikers whenever I was sad. Bro, what? You know what I'm saying? That was an addiction of mine. Every time a nigga hit me up, I fucking flew over to him and hopped on the meetikers. That's hard to get over mentally. You know what I'm saying? What happens the next time you sad as fuck? Everyone's going to be sad as fuck. You can't be happy forever. It's fucking impossible. So you telling a nigga, bro, it was such a habit. Already fucked up. And every time I was sad, I felt like I needed to you know, go see a man. What the fuck? And then also every time my money was low, you know, I was able to go see a man and get my money up. These are a lot of bad, fucking terrible things to hear as a man, honestly. And I don't know if she notices certain shit when she says it, but fuck.
Mind you, look at the caption. Is that the push up?
Habit, not addiction. I did say addiction. Type shit.
IC reportedly flew India Love out the other day. Fans resurfaced a clip from 2 weeks ago of her in tears claiming she changed her bad habits and that no man could get her to come see them. Yo, the modern heifer just can't help herself, ladies and gentlemen. This is India Love. The crying, it must be for content as well. There's no tears behind it. Where are the tears? India Love chose this path. She wanted to be grown. She wanted to be a celebrity. She wanted to date celebrity men, and that's what she did. I'm not about to sit up here and allow y'all to try to cancel Game because she chose to date him. Now,
10 plus years ago, 11 years ago. If y'all was gonna cancel that nigga 11 years ago. You know what I'm saying? No one had a problem with it back then. The fuck?
I would ask Game the question, why are you dating a 19-year-old and you're in your mid-30s?
No cap.
You have young children.
No cap.
I believe he has correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't his daughter like an adult now or close to it? I would ask him those questions, like what is up with that, of you dealing with her when you did. But at the end of the day, India Love wants to be famous. She wants to be a celebrity. She wants to date those type of men. She wants those men to take care of them. Now she's a streamer. She wants to get clout off streaming. The tears are to go viral. But it also shows you the type of crisis that she's in. A woman.
And this is also comes down to something I talked about in one of my other videos. It's like these women, they have an option to do things that men don't have an option to do. And even most women don't even have an option to do. And they shouldn't even have the option because it's such a fucking easy, no-brainer answer. You know what I'm saying? Because I talked about Raquel. I forgot what the fuck was her name? Something Raquel, right? She turned 18. She started OnlyFans. Made $1 million in a fucking day. What the fuck? You know what type of fucking devious shit or fucking heinous shit that I would do for $1 million in a day? Devious shit, fucked up shit, brother. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, yo, slime this nigga out, you get an M. Nobody ever gonna know you slime this nigga out. I'm gonna be thinking about it, bro. I'm gonna be thinking very hard about that shit, bro. I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe less devious shit I would probably do. Maybe, I don't know. But it's like, for a M? Nigga, somebody told me I can make an M. I'll start an OnlyFans right now. Someone said, yo, if you start an OnlyFans right now today, tomorrow you gonna have an M. Nigga, huh? You got like fucked up. I'm doing that shit. And this is what the power that these women have because they're just, lucky at the end of the day. She didn't have to work for beauty. She just got lucky at the end of the day. And because of that also, she grew up pretty, she grew up lucky. She also doesn't need to build the best personality. She doesn't need to be the nicest person. She doesn't need to be the coolest person. All she needs to do is be pretty. You know what I'm saying? If you grew up chop shit, then maybe you built a personality and then you was able to cultivate that. But it just still comes down to, like, she had an option and she's like, I can be with celebrity men that I already want to be with and then also make myself famous and rich. It's too easy of a choice. It shouldn't even be a choice because of how easy the choice is. You know what I'm saying? I would do the fucking same thing. I'm sorry. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are we talking about here? So you can't even be mad at her. You almost have to be like sad for her because of the position that she put herself in. And then also, you're pretty or this, that, da, 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 da. You don't really think to yourself, maybe I should start a business or maybe I should grow a company or maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that, because of the fact you don't have to. You don't have to. Look at Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian made herself Kim Kardashian.
Actually, she do have a company.
What's it?
Weed brand.
A weed brand? When did she start that shit?
It's been out for years. It's called Indica, like India, but it's Indica because it's like her name.
Is it big though? Is it good?
No,
Is she making money off of it? No. She probably making a little bit of money on, but it's probably nothing close to her OnlyFans money on. But yeah. So she has a weed brand, apparently, type shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, look at Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian without her mother, I don't know if she would be Kim Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? She's, like I said, grew up pretty. You know what I'm saying? And she never really had to jump through these certain hoops in order to survive. You know what I'm saying? Her mother, on the other hand, it's like she just fucking knew everything. She just had the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how. I don't know what the fuck. But that's how shit played out. And it really it's just one of those things. You gotta kind of feel bad for her a little bit because it's almost like being coddled. Like you were coddled through life. And then after, you hit an age of 35, 40, you're not coddled anymore. And then now you're like, what the fuck is going on? Because it's just not normal to you. You feel me? Type shit. Holy fucking yap, bro. Holy yap. Holy yapperoonies. I'm sorry, y'all, for yapping. Hey, man. Like the video. You know what I'm saying? Yapping my ass off.
Who has value ain't doing this. She's not crying on streams about her past mistakes. Because a lot of these women, you got women who made the same mistake she did, but they got married. They settled down. She still wants to be in these streets. Y'all gonna say, well, Jay, 30, she's only 30. Bro, she's been in these streets since she was a teenager.
And the thing is, most women that do what India Love did and messes around with a whole bunch of different famous people, they don't end up, or they're not in the spotlight themselves. So men mess with them on the low type shit until she finds a nigga that's gonna lock down with her. And then also, you know, everyone doesn't know that everyone dated your shorty. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference when everyone knows that everyone dated your shorty. It's like fuck. You know what I mean?
At some point, you're going to want to settle down. She don't want to do that. She still wants to be drilled by these rappers. That's what's going on, man.
I don't know if that's the case, though. I don't know if that's the case.
Still putting herself out here. She's doing these clout streams with DDG. This is the life that she is choosing, but she comes back when she has to live.
Yep. I feel like if we're gonna be 100% honest, I feel like if India Love decided like I want to be with you, DDG would have they would have been together. But India Love isn't attracted to DDG after messing around with the most famous football players, famous rappers, you know, the best looking dudes that you could get. You get back to DDG where this nigga wearing high heel boots. You see them in the corner? Nigga wearing these fucking high heel boots. You're kind of like, I don't want to be with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I could get another one. And then boom. You don't end up with that nigga, even though it's very possible that he would not even, you know, be with her for real. Because he is in the position of power at this point. But, yeah, it's very possible that she is like, I don't want to be with him. You know, I could find another nigga that I'm more attracted to. And hey, you gotta give. Something's gotta give.
With all the regret, and that's when you see the crying come from. It's because once she's no longer around those men, and she's gotten back home after being flued out and chewed out. Now she's regretful of the things that she has done.
And niggas stop being tricks like they used to. That's also very true. Nigga probably fly her out before, you know, they fly her out, crack. You know, she gets some money. She might get a purse. She might be living. He might pay her rent, all type of shit. Now, niggas ain't doing that shit no more. You come out, get cracked, and go home. Appreciate you. Catch you on the flip side, brother. You know what I'm saying? So that'll definitely add to the pain. You already feel bad about the shit that you did, but on top of that, you ain't even get nothing out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Because she has to sit in that empty apartment and think about all the things she did for a bag or two or a shopping spree. All the things she had to do to get those things, right? She ain't got no man at home. She has to come home and look in the mirror at what she's become. And that's why you see her crying like this in different clips, because she has to deal with the regret of all her choices. And she realizes that this is it. Now she has to find a different avenue, different lane. She's no longer the it girl she was a couple of years ago. Now you got to compete with a whole new generation of girls who looked up to her, who are in their 20s. They are in their prime. And that's who she has to compete with. And that's why you see her breaking down, crying, because she realizes that, you know, she really don't want to settle down. She wants to be in these streets. She wants these men to
I wouldn't say that.
want her. She wants to be flued out.
I wouldn't say that. I'll say maybe she does want a relationship, or maybe she doesn't. I'll never fucking know, but I wouldn't assume that. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
That is what she is, and that's what she's becoming. That's what she's always going to be. Because she had an opportunity to settle down, and that fell through. And ever since then, she just going back to what she knows. Now she's streaming. But this is who she is. So let me know what y'all think in the comments section.
Hey man, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that she's all bad. I wouldn't necessarily say that, you know, she wants to be single and be running the streets and shit. You know, I would assume that she wants to actually settle down, but it's a lot more difficult than it would seem because, like I said earlier, she has too many options. And because of that, she, you know, there's probably a lot of niggas, even with Devin Haney. She might have been with that nigga, or he might have broke up with her. We don't know what the fuck happened. But she might have been like, damn, I could get a better looking dude, a taller dude, and probably have the same amount of money. Let me go find that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And now Devin Haney's married. Devin Haney's married, even though he's married to a shorty that was crying on the phone for a Young Thug. Talk about, I only want you. Pretty fucking sad. However, but he's married. You know, she's locked in with him now. I think. But type shit, bro. Y'all let me know what you guys think. I feel like we should feel bad for her more than we should be, you know, drilling her. This is more of a learning lesson and more something that people should be able to identify rather than something that, you know, just shitting on her and making fun of her because of whatever, you know what I'm saying? And she very well might find a nigga that, you know, that to marry her. You know what I'm saying? She probably will find a nigga to marry her. She probably might have to cut a couple corners. She might have to, something gotta give probably, but type shit. You know what I'm saying? She should have got married like 4 years ago. Or she should have had a nigga that's ready to marry her 4 years ago. But, hey, better late than never, I always say. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if nobody told you today, I love you.